I'm a long-term Tesla shareholder and I won't be selling my shares anytime soon, but someone's gotta say it. Tesla stock as of right now is just a bubble. Today's gain of over 19% was admittedly overblown. Two analysts raising their price target would never jump Tesla stock this much before. The short sellers are just trying their best to get into Tesla stock due to valuation issues. However, unfortunately for them, the positive news coming out is causing Tesla stock to jump in price and therefore forcing short sellers to cover their position. As a result, these short sellers are being forced to buy back their shares, causing the reaction in Tesla stock to be somewhat overblown. For the record, I'm into Tesla stock for the long term. Yes, this overblown reaction is causing me to gain tons of money. However, my investment philosophy is to stick by your rules. I invest into Tesla stock for the long term, therefore I won't be selling my stock for a short-term gain. You see, it wasn't always like this. When Tesla stock was at $400 a share, I actually made a video on why I was still increasing my position in Tesla. But at this valuation, I can do nothing but advise to hold your shares. I'm looking for an eventual 10 to 20x gain on my position, and selling right now just wouldn't fulfill that. There will definitely be an eventual correction for Tesla stock in the future, but as of right now, it doesn't seem like this is going to occur. There isn't much bad news that can come out for Tesla stock, and in fact, I think this bubble will continue to increase in the future. Model Y production is just starting to get ramped up. Talks of an upcoming new Tesla compact car are just getting started. The Tesla Semi and Tesla Roadster are both expected to start production in late 2020. The media is just straight up praising Tesla stock as one of the best stocks in the market right now. There are rumors of a next gen Model S and X coming out very soon, and we haven't even started talking about the Tesla Gigafactory in Germany that is just starting to get built. In the short term, I still think Tesla has the potential to reach 1,000 in the next few weeks. Tesla stock is in what I call an upward spiral. Analysts are upgrading their price target, causing the stock to increase. And when other analysts see that the stock price is going up a lot, they realize that they need to update their price target because it's just simply too low. As a result, these other analysts upgrade their price target and Tesla stock just goes up even more. And then sooner or later, the original analyst realizes that his price target is outdated and now he has to increase his price target again, increasing the stock price even more. This is just a cycle that just keeps happening over and over again. Early in the year, we actually had an example of a downward spiral, where analysts just continuously downgraded Tesla stock until it became ridiculously undervalued at only $180 a share. Now, when all this good news is coming out, we're seeing the complete opposite of this. Starting out, I actually didn't invest that much money into Tesla stock. I invested around $20,000 to $30,000, and this has risen to over $80,000. Now, for all you homeboys out there, it's definitely tempting to just cash out and buy in a tri-motor AWD full self-driving added Cybertruck with 500 plus mile range, 14,000 pounds of towing capacity, 2.9 second 0 to 60, but unfortunately, that just isn't where my exit plan is here today. If you're a trader, you can take advantage of this and just buy into Tesla stock right now, get inside some possibly quick and easy gains, but I'm not a trader, I'm an investor. Therefore, I won't be taking part in this cyclic effect. And I'd much rather trade through my investment philosophy than stick to conventional trading and try and take my gains and run away. And if you're looking to buy into Tesla stock for the long term, say you missed out on the downward cycle where Tesla reached $180, I still think Tesla is fundamentally fairly valued if you're looking to the long term. We're talking about 5 to 10 years, there's just so much potential for this stock in the future. And let me give you an example of a stock that really had the same trends as Tesla. And this is none other than Amazon stock. The stock had gone from $200 a share to almost $700 a share. This is very similar because we're talking about a company that had its revenues growing a huge amount every single year, and it's still increasing by a significant amount here today. Shortly after this huge increase seen in Amazon stock, the stock had a massive correction of 25%. But had someone held Amazon stock here today, they would make a lot more money than a trader trying to profit off of short-term gains. And I'd much rather be making hundreds of percent than only 100% gain. And if a stock like Tesla goes up a significant amount, but you bought in for the long term initially, you shouldn't be selling it because it went up a few 100%. And in fact, if you're truly in for the long term, you should still be averaging up on your position as time goes on. Seriously question yourself right now. Do you think Tesla will be one of the biggest car manufacturers in a few years? Do you see an increase in their solar panel business, their Cybertruck Model Y, semi-truck, roadster, all these kind of vehicles? Do you think they will sell well? Do you think Tesla will be leapfrogged by other big manufacturers like Volkswagen, BMW, GM, Toyota, all these different car companies? If you truly don't believe in this, then you should be selling your Tesla stock right now. I won't be selling my Tesla stock, and I'd rather stick to my investment philosophy than go out there and sell something because I want to buy a new car. The conventional thinking in Wall Street is while you have profits, take your money and run away. When Amazon first bubbled, all these investors were panicking about how Amazon stock was just an overvalued stock. It was a bubble that was going to decrease. But over the long term, we can see that Amazon is now trading at over $2,000 a share and is still having their earnings and revenue increase by a significant amount here today. In the long term, I could see Tesla reach $1 trillion. As of right now, only 0.6% of vehicles sold right now are Tesla vehicles. And how about the solar segment of Tesla's business? Both the solar and vehicle sector are worth multi-trillion dollars. The first version of the Tesla solar panels were great, but it definitely wasn't revolutionary. With the release of the V3 Tesla Solar Roof, it seemed like Tesla could finally disrupt another industry. Tesla's increase in profitability is finally allowing them to expand into the solar panel segment of their business. Elon Musk's vision to get rid of our dependency on fossil fuels is starting to become a little more realistic, and the solar panel segment is a huge portion of this dream. Solar is an extremely profitable business. For example, First Solar reported net income of $502 million in 2016. Jinko Solar reported $173.4 million in net income. Canadian Solar reported $140.9 million in net income.
Pure Solar reported $135.7 million in net income. Solar Edge Technologies reported $77.8 million in net income. JA Solar reported $65.8 million in net income. Sunrun reported $47.6 million in net income.
That's just in 2016. And these are all small companies that aren't really at the point of expansion yet. My point is, solar is an extremely profitable business, and this is what the numbers are reflecting. Elon Musk has actually said that Tesla's solar would actually grow faster than the vehicle business, and one day it could actually become bigger than their vehicle business. Now, if you're looking to the solar, this is part of the long-term aspect. This isn't part of the Tesla stock bubble. The solar segment of Tesla always gets overlooked, but the potential definitely shows. As of right now, inside the Tesla stock bubble, the stock is pricing in what are the future vehicles, will they sell well, and are they appealing? As of right now, it definitely looks like this vehicle segment will be incredibly profitable in the future. But what people aren't realizing is that when you have electric vehicles, your electricity consumption goes up, solar panels start to seem like it's a viable option. This is especially showing when you see your electricity bill. And hey, if you have a Tesla car, you'd be more likely to buy Tesla solar panels. But in the winter, there's not as much sun, and therefore you're going to want to store your energy to use it during the day. As a result, you're going to buy none other than the Tesla Powerwall. And this is just the sort of stuff that isn't priced in until it happens. And that's one of the reasons why I'm in for the long term, and I'm not going to sell just because my biggest position is currently in a bubble. And I'm sure many of you guys would agree that the long-term investors are always the most successful. Over the short term, anything can happen according to probabilities, and the long term is what you're really looking for. Just look at Warren Buffett. How would he be such a great investor if he didn't hold his companies for such a long period of time? Coca-Cola wouldn't have been such a great gain for Warren Buffett had he not held it for such a long time. If he sold Apple for a quick buck at $200 a share, he really wouldn't be the legendary investor he is today. In the case of Tesla, if you're trying to take advantage of a short-term opportunity, sell Tesla. If you don't believe in Tesla's long-term vision, sell Tesla. If you're a trader that invests off of emotions, sell Tesla. If you won't be able to hold your Tesla shares through a possible correction, sell Tesla. But if you do believe in the long-term vision, hold your Tesla stock, and if you're not in, you can even buy Tesla stock because over the long term, you still think the stock will go up. At the end of the day, do we know where Tesla's headed? Is it headed to the moon? We really don't know. But in the long term, we know that there is a high probability that Tesla will be successful. In the meantime, I'm going to be holding on to my Tesla shares. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. and I hope to see you in another video.